the winners and still the champions of the land, Manchester City. They terrified their people. They shredded the senses of all who invested in them. It's a grey May day in Manchester. They congregate for a coronation, or so Blue Mancunians have a right to assume. Amid late changes in personnel, even amongst the visitors, a debutant goalkeeper to thicken the plot. Manchester City teetering on the edge of elation, wary of lurking despair. Digne. Cash! The twist! The gut-wrenching twist! Matty Cash for Aston Villa and for Liverpool. And in this moment, Liverpool lead the league.
And Steven Gerrard's plan so far is working.
And in this moment, Liverpool are level on points with Manchester City, but behind them on goal difference. If Liverpool were to score next, they would lead the league. Atkins wins the header. Coutinho takes. Philip Coutinho scores! Silence. Stunned. Silence. Coutinho, a one-time Liverpool conjurer, just might have pulled a rabbit out of the hat for Liverpool. Gündoğan. De Bruyne. Zinchenko. And Rodri! It's happening again! City love a final day sensation! It's bubbling up in blue!
Well, Zinchenko has to be praised for the way he came inside Buendia and just teed up Rodri. That's a really clever equaliser from Rodri.
In effect, the afternoon is where it began. Both of the top two all square, and City a point ahead. Cancelo, Mings saw it, in goes De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne! Gündoğan! From the brink of despair, elation! From catastrophe, cacophonic joy! The stuff of stellar champions. That's why City are a sensation. 3-2 on the final day, 10 years on. Are you watching, Sergio? Gündoğan! From the brink of despair, elation! From catastrophe, cacophonic joy, the stuff of stellar champions. That's why City are a sensation. 3-2 on the final day, 10 years on. How could it possibly go without the prize? Nor now does it. Manchester City are the champions, having trailed here by 2-1. They have beaten Aston Villa by 3-2. Lap it up, Ken. Lap it up. At last, the moments of reward for this most driven, intense, invested individual whose thirst for the betterment of all around him is quite unquenchable. A 10th national title in his last 13 active seasons. He is phenomenal. And they live off him. The nuance, every nuance of his football is different. A bringer to the game of different dimensions, courtesy of this extraordinarily talented group of players. And in the end, players win games. And as it was in the beginning, so it is now. The champions are unchanged. The ribbons remain blue. Ederson again, spectacularly good, and a share in the Golden Glove. John Stones got fit for the climax of it all. His versatility required defensively. Nathan Ake possibly played more than he would have anticipated. Such were City's problems over the final months. And of course, given the current world situation, there is a lot of love and sympathy for Ukraine's Alexander Zinchenko. Aymeric Laporte was the point of certainty defensively in these closing weeks. In the absence of Ruben Dias. And this is a guy, Cancelo, who has brought the game a whole new dimension. He is a fullback ×3.
Well, I keep saying not just a fullback, Peter, because he's got so much else to his game. And he maybe didn't have the greatest of games today, but he is a fabulous talent.
Jack Grealish, of course, a first-time winner, 100 million quid, and he's got his hands on it. Rodri, big goals, the winning goal. Remember the winning goal at Aston on New Year's Day? Might have been very different. And Bernardo Silva just kept on conjuring. He is a delight. Raheem Sterling, 5 consecutive seasons of 10 and more Premier League goals. And again, you think back to the winner at Chelsea in September. The moments may be lost in the mists of time, but tot them all up. Mahrez, nobody breathes more easily than him. What that penalty at West Ham might have meant. The Premier League's Young Player of the Year, still 21 and a 4-time Premier League champion. Kyle Walker missed the end of it, but boy, he contributed. He remains an athletic phenomenon.
Totally agree with Kyle Walker. It's just unfortunate for him to suffer injury towards the end of the season, but he has been hugely important too. And as for Ruben Dias, I think he, going back a little bit, made the big change that Pep Guardiola needed in his defence.
İlkay Gündoğan, who saved the best for last. SOS, on he came, and he won it. Just a beautiful footballer, again and again and again. A wizard. Goals home and away against Liverpool, and plenty else besides.
Always watchable.
Farewell to the truly admirable Fernandinho, whose privilege it will be to receive the prize. 85 years since their first title, 10 years since Aguero, champions of England for the 8th time, the Premier League for the 6th, the 4th time in 5 years. The magic, the might, the majesty of Manchester City, champions 2022. Are you watching, Sergio?